What's going on, everybody? If you're seeing this page, that means the official Touring Your Reign Reloaded merch store is now available. To get access to the store, make sure you go ahead and click the store tab on my YouTube channel. From there, you will be able to see all the merch that is available. We have mugs, shirts, hoodies, joggers, and so much more to come. All original designs made by yours truly, Touring Your Reign Reloaded. Now go ahead and get your merch today, and you can feel nothing in style. It's been a while since I've done an Operation Protect the White Woman, well, Operation Protect the White Boy, White Woman edition. You know, I've been piping out a lot of these lately, and it's like it's a never-ending cycle. But this was sent to me right before I went on my trip recently, and I said I'll tackle it when I get back. So the name of this woman in this picture, her name is Madison Russo, and she was supposed to go to prison for basically committing fraud. Now, basically what this woman did is she got on TikTok and she made these claims that she had cancer and she was dying, and you know, she needed donations and all types of stuff like that. Of course, people took pity on her and they sent her donations, and it all came out eventually that she was faking the whole time and she was lying, and this woman actually did not have cancer at all. And it's sad because she literally took advantage of people all to get money behind an illness she didn't have that we know plagues a lot of people. Like, cancer is one of the highest, and like literally in the top 10 of deadly illnesses. It's like once you get that cancer, it's like, you know, I'm not gonna say that's it, but I think the thing about cancer is because it's an umbrella and there's so many other subcategories of cancer underneath just having cancer. And she basically took advantage of these people and their funds, and she ended up, you know, having charges faced about it. As you can see, this picture that you see right here, she's inside of a courtroom. Now, where the Operation Protect the White Woman comes in then is that she ended up having to do no prison time, none, for what she did, for the fraud and the theft that she committed. Now, here's the interesting thing. We all remember what happened with Carlee Russell back in July and what she did, and she was dead wrong for what she did. You know, basically taking money or trying to have people take sympathy for her and whatnot. But guess what? Carlee Russell is going to jail for 1 year. She's probably in there right now as we speak. And then she has to pay a fine, and she most likely is going to have probation when she gets out. This woman right here, on the other hand, did something way worse than what Carlee Russell did, and she's not getting any prison time. I just thought I should bring that up just in case people seem to have forgotten. I didn't forget. Just because I didn't talk about Carlee Russell at length like other people did doesn't mean I wasn't aware of it. But now some of you may not be aware of this, but because through me, and yes, I'm tooting my own horn, now you're aware of this. Now I want to know all the people that had something to say about Carlee Russell, what they're going to say about her. I haven't even gotten into the article yet, and we're already 3 minutes into a little bit of the summary, so I can only imagine what this article from Law and Crime is going to have to say. When Madison Russo, age 20, spoke in court Friday, she said that she fabricated a pancreatic cancer diagnosis in hopes of having her fractured family focus on her, according to KWQC. And this actually makes me even more mad because I actually had an uncle who suffered immensely from pancreatic cancer. He literally got diagnosed like in, I forgot what year it was, but I know it was in the month of October or somewhere along those lines. I can't remember exactly when. The doctors told him he had about 6 months left to live. That thing accelerated so fast, he was gone within a month. So knowing that she lied about that particular cancer now makes me even more pissed at her. It says, and yet as the judge in Scott County, Iowa pointed out, she did not just deceive her relatives, but also donors and charities who gave her a total of more than $39,000 after she documented her fake story on TikTok. Through this scheme, you deceived your friends, your family, your community, other cancer victims, charities, and strangers who were motivated by your supposedly tragic story to donate to help support you, Judge John Talene reportedly said. The scam reportedly surfaced after doctors saw Russo incorrectly use medical equipment. Russo pleaded guilty in June to a count of first-degree theft. She faced up to 10 years in prison, but as a part of the deal, the prosecutor, Scott County Attorney Kelly Cunningham, asked for no time behind bars. Now, look at that. This happened. She pleaded guilty in June, so this happened a couple months ago. Now, remember Carlee Russell, that happened in July. Why didn't, and this is a rhetorical question, why didn't lamestream media make a big fuss about this compared to Carlee Russell that literally made national news? Now, again, like I said, I am not excusing what Carlee Russell did. Like, you have this black woman right here who was pretending like she went missing and she got kidnapped and she was trying to save this kid and all of this type of stuff, and it makes it worse because this is a black woman doing this, and we know how this establishment likes to drag their feet when it comes to trying to find missing black people, whether it's man, woman, and especially child, boy, or girl. And I think that's what pissed more black people off than anything. But at the same time, this woman faked having a deadly disease, a deadly illness, to get money, and racked up almost $40,000. And she's not getting any jail time. She faced up to 10 years, but they worked it out where she doesn't get no time. She cited details including Russo's lack of criminal history. The prosecutor also noted the defendant was employed and had earned good grades as a college student. Cunningham maintained Russo was unlikely to break the law again. So there you go. So because she didn't have a criminal history and because she earned good grades, we got to ask, did she earn them or did she cheat on that too? Because I'm telling you, if she will fake about having a deadly illness such as pancreatic cancer to get money out of people, she will fake and cheat on anything. And this is unlikely to break the law again. She's 20. Give her some time. The defendant will dodge time behind bars, but the specter of the maximum punishment hangs over her. Talene suspended a 10-year prison sentence. Now, mind you, 10 years. They suspended a whole decade off of her. Not a year, but 10 years. She just dodged. It says, but the condition is that Russo must finish 3 years of probation. Ordered to pay full restitution, she reportedly gave the stolen money to a bank that will return the ill-gotten gains to the victims. She must also pay a $1,370 fine. Rhonda Miles, who operates a cancer foundation that donated to the defendant, voiced frustration with the plea deal. It was devastating to sit there and watch the Scott County prosecuting attorney act like a defending attorney, so that was tough, she said, according to KWQC. And I think she'll have to have a lot of questions to answer from the locals on that at some point. Why were you defending this girl when you were supposed to be prosecuting? Good point. I didn't think of that. As the prosecutor, you should have been going hard on her to get those 10 years, but the prosecutor was acting like her defense attorney. So again, the privilege kicked up. This person was operating outside of the bounds of their job to protect someone they should not have been protecting. You defended a whole fraudstress, a whole thief, when you were supposed to be pushing for them to get at the full maximum, which was 10 years. Russo on Friday voiced an apology to the victims and asserted that she did not fake cancer for money. Agreed. Then why? See, this is the part right here. When I tell you I hate when my intelligence is being insulted, because it is. You are sitting up here saying you did not do this for money or greed. So what are you trying to tell us that you did this for attention? Because you racked up $39,000. So you definitely did it for something. What do you mean you didn't do this for greed? You had like a whole, apparently maybe a whole GoFundMe set up where they were sending you money. If you weren't doing it for greed or anything like that, you wouldn't have set up a option for people to send you money. So what were you doing it for? Like I said, I guess this is the part where we're supposed to believe she just did it for attention. We know you did it for attention, but attention is free. If free don't pay the bills, it doesn't pay for a lifestyle either, which I'm assuming she was trying to get out of this as well. Oh, listen, amazing. I mentioned how she says she probably did this for attention, because listen to this next statement she gave. I didn't do this for attention. She said, "I did this in an attempt to try to get my family back together." Bullshit. That is a load of crap. As she described it, her scheme snowballed quickly and hard and called it all an immature decision. "I was 18 years old and I was a freshman in college when it took place." She said, "I'm young and I don't know it all and I wasn't being rational." Apparently you knew enough to get on a TikTok and make these sob stories where people was believing you when you said you had cancer. You knew exactly what you were doing. This is exactly why I keep telling y'all, PC, they are very good and cunning and manipulative. You're gonna sit up there and tell this lie and say she didn't know what she was doing, and then try to say I was young. You were 18. What's 2 years? You knew exactly what you were doing. Are you trying to tell us that you? Anyway, let me keep going. The defense wanted deferred judgment, which would have kept her record clean after probation, but Talene declined, saying serious crimes must have serious consequences. So they were trying to wipe her entire record clean after her probationary period. So, they got to protect their future, hopefully get a good job. And, that way, if people ask her about her criminal history, that she can secure a future. Well, she is a PC woman in America. This woman probably could have went and did something even more heinous and she probably would have still got gainful employment. And that's the end of the article right there. That ish right there pissed me off. From her line about the pancreatic cancer and her racking up all this money, then her saying she didn't do it for money or greed, even though she had a whole, I guess, type of GoFundMe set up to get money. She talking about she didn't do this for greed or money, but she didn't exactly say, you know what, don't send me any money or give the money back. I'm actually surprised that she was able to give all that money back, which means she probably didn't touch it. Which also begs the question, what was her goal? What funding goal did she have in mind in order to, I guess, fund some kind of a lifestyle? Because keep in mind, she's 20. She's a college student, so she really doesn't have any true responsibility. So this money right here, who knows what she was going to do with it? Like I said, she probably didn't reach the goal that she had in mind before she finally got caught. So who knows what her goal actually was? She was probably going for a 6-figure payday. Then you got the prosecutor acting as her defense attorney and trying to say she doesn't deserve 10 years, knock it down to have it no time, and just give her probation. Have her pay this fine and say, oh, she earned good grades. She's a good student and she must have been going through something. If you don't knock it off. But again, y'all heard me read all of this. You heard me give all of my sidebar commentary. But everybody went at Carlee Russell's neck. And again, let me just give this disclaimer, just in case people are late on the uptake. This is not me defending Carlee Russell's actions. She got exactly what she deserved for the stunt she pulled. I believe anybody who pulls anything fraudulent like that deserves everything they get. But at the same time, this woman's story wasn't plastered everywhere. And it literally happened maybe about a month or a little over a month before what Carlee Russell did, but it didn't get put everywhere. This woman faked having cancer to get money out of people who were vulnerable to her cause. And she gets no time. She was facing up to 10 years and got not one day. All she got was 3 years probation and had to pay a $1,370 fine, which is nothing compared to the amount of money that she stole. Let's be real here. This woman stole money by faking she had a life-altering illness that a lot of people suffer from every single day. And some of the people who suffer like that every day can't even get that type of money to get their treatment. I don't know how much it costs for cancer treatment, but I'm willing to bet is more than how much she stole if you want to add it all up. And she got no time. And I'm not surprised. I am not shocked at all that this woman literally got away with it. Literally, if you want to be technical, if that's the point, why even take the money back? Let her keep it. If you're not going to give her no jail time, if she's not going to get no kind of punishment, let her keep the money. You might as well. And while you're at it, let her keep going on with her scheme, because there's no consequence there. You know, because she's she's the American, she's like the all-American girl. I mean, this is Iowa. She's the all-American girl. You know, she has good grades. She doesn't have a criminal record. You know, she won't do it again. And it's kind of like that wink, wink, nod thing, like she's going to do it again. That's exactly why a lot continue to get away with these level of criminality. It reminds me of whenever you have a lot of people who get released from prison for doing whatever, and they go out and they commit another level of crime that's more intense than the one that they got in prison and released for the previous time. So if she does commit an act again, it's probably going to be more intense than this, because she's playing in her mind like, oh, I can't believe I got away with this. This was too easy. Let me see if I can up the ante the next time and see what I can get away with this time. That's how a lot of criminals think. This woman, no matter if they try to expunge her record, which I'm actually shocked that they said that they're not going to do, they're going to keep it there. No matter what she does for the rest of her days, she will always be a criminal. No matter how they try to spin it. So if you ever come across the name Madison Russo, just remember what she did. And I hope that this needs to follow her. This needs to follow her everywhere she goes, no matter what kind of job she tries to get, no matter what type of friendship she tries to build, no matter what type of relationship she gets into. This needs to follow her everywhere. And whoever deals with her after that will just have to deal with her. But all I'm gonna say is this: just be careful around her and your money, because that she will most likely try to steal from you or try to scheme something out of you. She is a natural born con artist. But then again, we live in America.